also diabetic. Okay, now that diabetes has allowed itself to not be in any longer. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Just looked like we were kicked out and kicked back in. So we're
Okay.
back. We're back on. If everyone's just joining us, we apologize for the delay. We were having some technical issues going on. But yeah, we're if you're just joining us, we are talking about New Year, New You. Welcome to the Guy Talk Pod, the Monday morning meetup powered by the Guy Talk Pod, and we are just having an awesome conversation around uh, New You, New Year, New You. And this has been great. So the vision, now vision and strategy, you
Mhm.
know, um, again, going back to the New Year's quote unquote resolutions, as I said, I don't like resolutions and all that good
Mhm.
stuff. I try to set some very intentional goals, but you know, we got to have more than just talking about it, right?
Mhm.
So uh, just kind of staying with some of those material things that people always have. They want the new car, they want a
Mhm.
new house, all that kind of stuff. What are
Mhm.
some of the strategies that we need to really be focusing on?
Yeah, yeah. Like we saying, attain is put something that's attainable. And short term attainable. What you want to look like at the end of the year? What you want to look like in month one, month six, month nine,
Right,
and so forth and so on. You know what you want things to look like at those times. You can't say that that you want the end goal to be your start goal, your first goal. That's
right,
not because that's not always going to happen. You know, husband and wife may say, "Well, we want to do 3 vacations this year." Okay, you can't do all three of them in January. You got to have something planned out. You have to have something together. Have your money together. Where y'all going? How we gonna get there? Where we gonna stay? What's the itinerary? You got to have those things in place before you get to that place, and find out which even in a marriage, even if you're not married, if you're good at planning, if you're not good at planning, find somebody to help you. You know what I'm saying? A helper is the best thing. The best thing ever. That's why God created a wife for the man to be his
right,
helpmate. You know
right,
what I'm saying? Because sometimes you got to get somebody that's strong when you weak. I know I'm not the planner at all. So like I would get up and be at the airport like any minute, money more. Let's go.
right, right,
And I don't have a plan down. I don't have no strategy down. And I'm just here. I got some money in my pocket, so let's go somewhere.
right,
Wherever I end,
right,
that's how I end. I get off the plane and find get on Expedia and find me a room or something. Catch me an Uber to the room, then figure it out from there. Trust me, I've done it several times before. Like that's just how I move because I'm not a planner, but
yeah, yeah,
you get somebody that's with you that can help you like strategize and get some stuff. And even with that, even as a single person, even though I'm not a planner, I still had some strategies into doing what I did. How much money I'm gonna save, when I'm gonna go,
hmm
what's too busy, what's not that busy, in that time frame. So can I get somewhere that's good, something I want to see? I went to New York. I know I don't like it cold when I go, so I didn't go in the wintertime. I want to go in the summertime where it's a lot nicer for me to handle. I want to go out of the country, so got my passport together, got those things right. Make sure when I pick somewhere to go, it's someone that's affordable, something that I can handle, something I don't mind going by myself.
right.
Getting those things in place like that. So having a strategy is always important and always something that we have to get into place to make sure things go the way we want them to go.
And understanding like what I'm not good at.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
where do I need some help in what? Like I'm going kind of using your example at the airport. I can't. I mean, I can, but I know my
Yeah.
wife is stronger at booking flights and getting the
Mhm.
whole travel itinerary ready.
Mhm.
I can't do that. I'd be frustrating to give in. We may not even go. We may just go to New Orleans, but we done
We
went
just
from
take a
going
ride,
to
man. Let's take
Puerto
a ride.
Rico
We good,
to
good.
going to
Let's
New
take a ride.
Orleans.
We're
you
gonna take
know,
a ride. We're gonna be fine, man.
right,
Come home in
right.
the morning.
That ain't
Ain't
that
no
ain't my
vacation
strength.
today. She
You
sitting in the
know,
corner, mad as all out. Get up,
right,
man. So this what we gonna do for our
right.
vacation. I mean, you left it up to me. You the man, make the
Right.
plan. All right, we made a plan. That's not my strong suit. I'm telling you.
Right.
So, but even with that, man, being honest too, honest with yourself. Like this,
Right. Right.
I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's not my strong area. And when you're honest with yourself, and hey, my strong area is I can make the money, but I can't make no plans. So,
Right.
you know, you have to help me in that area and be okay with saying this is a weakness for me. You know what I'm saying? It don't
Yeah.
make you inferior because you have a weakness. It just makes you say, be realistic with yourself. You know, and that's
Right.
the part of strategizing and being real and being real and honest about yourself. Like, these are areas I'm not good at. Now, on your vision board, I don't know if that part was cut out or not, but on your vision board that we talked about a lot earlier, have that as okay. I want to work on some areas that I'm weak in. Okay, I'm not that good at certain things, but let me work on how to fix that, or what can I do differently. Some
Right.
people get a joy out of being a planner, get a joy out of being an itinerary fixer. They get a joy out of
Right.
that.
Right.
Okay, I don't.
Right.
Okay, I couldn't care less. Just as long as we do something fun, I'm fine. And as long as we gone, I'm fine. Let me
Right.
get some sleep.
Right.
Okay, I don't have to get up early in the morning. I don't have to be ripping around it from morning to end. I'm fine. We can go wherever you want to go. We can jump off the cliff if you want to. I'm with it.
Right.
I'm down for everything. Just as long as it's something safe, I ain't gonna die. I'll do it. You know,
Right.
we're gonna jump out the
Right.
plane. Cool, let's do it. I'm with it. You know, I like adventures anyway. But some people get a joy out of it, some people don't. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so learning that, hey, this is not my strong suit. This is not something that I want to do. You know, if you know that you didn't save no money last year, you don't know how to save, and you know your family has been trying to teach you stuff. Learn how to do those things. It's not too. It's not ever too late to start. I'm gonna start next year. No, start today.
Right.
You know, figure the things out. Get your bills under control. Get your stuff that's coming out your house under control, and
Right.
get in there. You know, one thing that helped me learn how to save was Dave Ramsey. I watched Dave Ramsey until I
Like
couldn't
Dave
watch it no
Ramsey.
more. I know the
Yeah.
whole snowball effect. And somebody actually told me about Dave Ramsey for me to start watching. And when I started watching, I got addicted to it. Not
Yeah.
addicted, but you
Yeah.
know, I just wanted to watch it all the time. My
Right.
YouTube is full of Dave Ramsey videos because, like,
Yeah.
I had to figure out, okay, so what you talking about? How you get this thing to happen like that? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And you begin to create more wealth for your family and stuff like this, so you can be able to move around. But that's the topic for another
Yeah,
day.
no, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's good. Just go identifying like who's the help.
yeah,
I don't know about this.
yeah.
Who can I? What's a resource for me? Rather,
That's it. That's it.
where my resources at.
That's it.
And
That's it.
and sticking kind of with the new year and changes. You
Uh-huh.
know, what about kind of the hard conversation to some degree anyway is new year and
Mhm.
God is asking you to remove certain people from your life.
Mhm.
In order for me to
Mhm.
take you here,
Mhm.
such and such or such and such and them gonna have to be in your
Yeah.
rear view.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
gonna have to leave that behind. And I know that's we all hear about it and sometimes talk about it, but
Mhm.
a lot of in reality, that in a lot of cases that can be hard because sometimes these are people we've known for certain periods of time. Some people we may even genuinely love,
Mhm.
but God is saying in this season for me to get you to your God-given destination that I have for you in purpose,
Mhm.
such and such and them can't
Mhm.
go,
Mhm.
And I think sometimes what we try to do, we try to modify God's plan for us. Like, all right,
Yeah.
God, you told me to leave these three people alone, but
Mhm.
this other person I really like, they really took care of me in this season. They really
Mhm.
was there for me in this season.
Right.
And
Right.
the instruction has been to
Mhm.
leave all three behind, but we want to modify God's instruction. And and
Mhm.
and I know we've all been there to some degree where we've loved someone, but we knew in our heart we
Mhm.
had to let it go.
Mhm.
And for a
And
lot of reasons, I love
that's
something,
that's
something,
true.
not necessarily someone, it could be something as well.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know.
That's true. So, man, I can go biblical. I can go natural. I can go everywhere with that because,
Mhm.
and I can use even my own personal experiences. You know, with learning to listen. You know, and getting rid of those distractors. You know,
Yeah.
because a lot of times, if you look at your life and you look at some of the things that you had, some of the people around you, most of the time, had a lot to do with where you are. You know, I remember a long time ago, I heard someone say you can always tell where you're going by three people around you.
You're right.
And
Right.
if you have three people around you that's not going nowhere, and you're not, it really tells you that you're not going nowhere because you are what you're around. You know,
Yeah.
you can be in a position of trying to pull people up. You could be in a position of trying to get people to follow you, but when they're all like, "We ain't going nowhere. We good right here." Most of the time, it's easier for you to say, I'm gonna just leave it at this.
Right.
I'm not gonna do better.
Right.
When you're around people that's far thinking, far moving, it's a lot harder to stay stagnant because they're gonna leave you.
Yeah.
Like, man, they're going out of town again. I gotta get on my stuff. Man, they
Right.
have something else again. They start another business. Man, I got being around people who have stuff going for themselves, it's harder. So, a lot. I remember in a few years back, I wanted something different, but I kept seeing the same thing. And I had to realize, like, okay, I can't go nowhere with the same folks hanging on. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Like it don't mean they're bad people. It just we going two different places. You know what I'm saying? I'm going far right. You trying to go far left. How can two walk together unless they agree?
Well, set there agree.
Right?
Yeah.
When Joshua and the spies went out to spy the land in Exodus or back in the Pentateuch, God told them to kill everybody.
Mm.
Don't leave
Right.
nobody.
Only nobody
Right?
behind.
Nobody. Kill everybody. And they decided to let people stay. And then later on in the scriptures, those people that they let stay grew and came back to try to destroy them. And so my thing is, had they would have listened in the first place and let killed those things that was around them, then it wouldn't have been able to grow and come back and kill you.
Right.
Sometimes we gotta say, okay, I like you cool, but you're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Or you're not going where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And where I'm going, I can't bring you with me.
Can't bring it with you.
A lot of times we want to bring everybody with us to the next level, and we can't do that because at the end of the day, they don't want to go there. And because they don't want to go there, they will pull you back from where you're going. You
Yeah.
can find yourself halted, like, man, I was here last year, and you frustrated, and you think that God's holding you back, or the pastor's holding you back, or somebody's holding you, or the man holding you back. It's sometimes the people that's in your own circle that you won't let go of.
Right.
I
Right.
love them. They're deadbeat, but I love them. That's
Yeah.
my deadbeat. Or they not good for me, but that's my not good for me.
Right.
And
Right.
let that stuff go.
And you
Okay.
made an awesome point there. Going
Yeah,
backwards. Going
yeah.
backwards. Naturally we feel we going back to the vomit. How the Bible speaks about the man that returns back to return to his vomit. And this ain't what's right for you, or nor gonna put you on the path you need to go. But
Mm-hmm.
you're going by a feeling. It feels good. It looks good. Instead of eliminating or being obedient. I ain't even say
Yeah.
eliminate. I'm just gonna say what it is. Being obedient
And
to
be
what
obedient.
God has said
Mm-hmm.
for you to do. The instructions. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure if you were on the text that I sent out yesterday or the day before,
Mm-hmm.
where God has been dealing with me with answers and instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Answers and instructions. And was praying in my prayer time one day, and talking to God about a lot of different things, and a lot of asks. And God was reminding me that His answers are always yes and amen. But
Yeah.
that's the answer. But do you want the instruction?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So God gonna give you the answer. Like, as I text yesterday, like going back to the house, I want a new house. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you want the new house? My answer is yes and amen. But
Mm-hmm.
are you gonna follow the instruction when I tell you you're gonna have to start tithing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need you to start giving. So sometimes when it feels uncomfortable, it doesn't make sense. I need you to be obedient.
Mm-hmm.
I want my children to act right. Okay, yeah, they may not be acting right, but I'm going to need you as a mother or father to do X.
Correct.
I want a new car. Okay, can you be a good steward over the current car you already have before I give you this new car that you're looking for? So many times we want the answers, but when it gets to the instruction, we like, oh, hold up, I didn't know I had to do all that.
Correct.
I'm just going to stay where I'm at.
Correct.
It feel good here.
God's requirement is still His requirement.
Exactly.
It don't matter how you feel about it. He still requires what He requires, and you can't negate that thinking that you don't get something from God either. You can go do your own thing, but His requirement is still His requirement.
Yeah.
And the same way God requires, the world requires the same thing. Their requirement is their requirement. It takes stuff to do stuff.
Right.
No matter how you look at it, and you can't put nothing in anything and get a whole lot out. That's just the way it is.
Right.
You don't put nothing in, you don't get nothing out. It's just that simple. You don't put nothing in, you don't get nothing out.
Right.
And that's what goals, that's what dreams, that's what aspirations. You don't put nothing in, you don't get nothing out. I could want to be a millionaire every day, all day. But if I'm sitting at home being a couch potato, laid back in my recliner watching TV,
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna fall out the sky. It
Right.
ain't gonna come through the window for you. You know, ain't nobody about to knock on your door. Hey, you got $1 million for you. Ain't nobody about to do that.
Right.
If they
Right.
doing that, that's something crazy.
It's
It's
something
something I
you're doing
ain't never heard
suspicious
before.
that.
But
Right.
yeah, you know, you have to be able to. You have to work for and put action behind what you want. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna get it." It don't happen. It don't happen like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And really looking at, you know, as I think about things that really challenged me in 2023 and what I want those things to look like in 2024, or if they just need to be totally off, even my vision, so to speak, or strategy, you know, I think about, okay, what have I learned, like lessons learned, you know, and I think a lot of people, you know, it's kind of almost using that elementary example. You know, you had to touch the stove to know that it was hot.
Correct.
But shit, you know now not to go back to that stove. It's gonna burn your hand.
It's gonna burn
You
your
know,
head.
and that's one of the things that, you know, going back to, at least for me personally, is the sugar. I know
Right.
what the sugar do for me, you know, and that's kind of my war right now, and I'm praying God to get me through that in terms of, you know, because I think, you know, I'm just being transparent here. They have all types of addictions, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I had to really sit down and say, Lord, am I addicted to sugar? You know, I you know, because the food is no problem. Me eating a salad or a chicken breast or a salad, man, I don't have no problem with that. But in terms of them cakes, the pies, the desserts at the restaurants, that's a true challenge for me. You know, some days I'll eat sweets all day and not eat a meal till maybe later that night or whatever, you know, and really just making that conscious choice, you know, to you know, understand, okay, Lord, this is what my challenge is, you know, for 2023 and 2024. Like, God, help me through this and going forward. So, and I get long-winded in saying that to say that it is really knowing what your challenge is. What was your challenge in 2023 versus what you want that to look like in 2024?
Right. And that's for a lot of us, man. What's your challenge? How do you put what kind of motion I'm going to put behind this thing, man?
Right.
So that's good.
Well, man, this is our first. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We also talked about something I wanted to touch on before we get ready to shut down. But you're gonna lose some people.
Yeah.
You know, along the way of setting new goals, you're gonna lose some people. You're gonna lose some, and it's imperative that losing some people to go higher. You know.
Yeah.
You know, we've heard, I'm sure, preached 1,000 times, hundreds of times. In order for the spaceship to go out of space, they got to drop some of those pieces of the rocket that propels them up out of there. They
Right.
can't go up there with all that dead weight. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get ready to move forward, everybody you had that was there at the bottom, they got not going to be there. Like I said, don't mean that they're bad people. It just means that that's what I needed you for that season. That season is up. Now I got to keep moving. I got to continue to progress forward. So I just want let people know, like, sometimes it's imperative that people sometimes have to be cut. You know, and it's not a bad thing. It don't mean that you can't revisit it another season. But in a season of you trying to get where you got to go, you have to be okay with cutting some people out.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes the cut is necessary, and the cut needs to be permanent. And sometimes it's seasonal too. You know, everybody's not going to be happy when you start making big choices and big moves and different changes. Everybody's not going to be happy when you go from the single bachelor to want to be married and settle down with your wife. They're not going to be happy for that.
Right.
But you have to do what works for you and not for them. You know,
Exactly.
people pleasing is a mental illness, you know, and you can't worry about people pleasing so much to where you allow your own life to be halted or hindered because of trying to please what other people say or what other people think. They not living with you. They're not going to bed with you at night.
Right.
You know, so
Amen.
That's what I want to throw in there. Yeah.
That's good. And everyone, we apologize for the technical difficulties. You know, we really trying to learn this streaming thing. Thank y'all for y'all's patience with that. We're going to post the live on all our social platforms as well. So be looking for that. Join us on the Monday morning meetup. We'll be putting that out when we'll have the next one. And of course, you can find us at the Guy Talk Pod on all platforms. The Guy Talk Pod, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram. Thank
TikTok,
you to
all that.
all
Yeah.
of everyone that has supported us and continue to like, share, and really have those messages you guys have been sending us to, congratulating us. So we appreciate y'all. We really feel this is a God assignment. We don't take none of the glory. We give all the glory to God, and we're going to continue to and work this assignment till He says stop. So thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hope this was a great start to y'all's week. We'll see y'all next time. The Guy Talk Pod. Peace.
All right.